Good night, everyone. I want to thank you for coming tonight and allowing me to display to you for the next 2 hours the Ding stacking process. So we're going to take you through the full gamut of the process. The first process is funding. The next process is trading with a focus on disbursement. Then after that, we're going to go through withdrawal, and then you're going to get to see the apps, the two apps we have that comes with the virtual debit card, and then I will show you how to send those funds to Barbados. So you're going to see the funds leave Barbados, get to the trading platform. You can do some trading. I'll show you how the funds are dispersed. Those funds will go to a crypto platform. Then after that, the funds will either come to Barbados, this is one option, as well as fund a virtual debit card. And you're going to see me use that card online. So persons can see the full behind the scenes process of stacking. So not only are you going to combine your funds, you can see on the screen, in type A or type B or type C. Not only are your funds going to be compressed in that way, and then every person that combines their funds, every person gets that total amount after 24 hours. That is only a small part of the entire process. We want to make sure that persons know that we're going to actually assist you behind the scenes, not only receiving those funds on your account. So the first thing we're going to do is actually acquire some amount of crypto. And then while those crypto is on the way to the wallet, we're going to create an account for stacking to actually create the pocket option account and the email. So while that's doing, so let's get into that right now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is purchase the crypto. And let's bring this here down here. And that's my email for my France factoring information. So the platform we're going to purchase the crypto is global.transact.com. So what we're going to do, we're going to purchase $626 Barbadian currency of actual of funds. So what I like about this platform is that when you see your credit card statement, it shows you exactly 626. So I will actually type in 626 here. Then I have to choose the currency of my choice. I prefer Litecoin, so I'm going to choose Litecoin mainnet. And then it tells me I'm going to pay 626. It's going to charge me $34.63 Barbados currency to purchase that. And I will get that amount in well, this is the value of what Litecoin is right now. And then I will receive 3.0117848 Litecoin. Okay, so once I hit buy now, it then asks me for my Litecoin address. So myself and my team, we handle all this for you. All you do is deposit. So I'm gonna insert my my Litecoin address. I've been using this platform before, so the platform knows what my Litecoin address is. So if you see my head slightly to the right, I'm looking at the screen but I'll try my best to try to center it here on the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna hit buy LTC. Now, for security purposes, I will not show the part where I'm funding the card. I will actually, I actually have my card already embedded. That's so cool, actually. So I will hit I accept, because the platform I've been using it for a while now, so it knows the card of my choice. And I'm gonna hit confirm. So once I hit confirm now, it will go through the process of performing that transaction in the background. I'm gonna wait. A little clock is gonna come up letting me know the crypto process is being transacted in the background. If I press the button here, it will attempt to actually charge the card more than once. So I won't press anything. Let it go through. All done, we are processing your order. So what we're going to do in the meantime, while these funds are on the way over to my wallet on Binance, we're going to create an account for the process. Okay, so yeah, is everyone seeing my screen?
Yes, I'm seeing the screen.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now is open a new tab. I'm going to walk you through the process that we create to create a new account for you. Now, this process is very similar to a Ding account. Okay, so what I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is create a generic email address. So I'm going to go to outlook.com. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a generic account for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is create an email. The email will be under the name of Stack. So I mean, let's sign up this account here. Right, so go to outlook.com. I'm going to create an account using a generic email. So I'm going to click on create free account. I'm going to create this account and I'm going to call it stacking example. So email is stacking dot example dot bridge at outlook.com. So stacking dot example dot bridge. Remember, this is a generic email. I'm going to give it a password. Okay, so stacking example. You bring your normal first name and last name. This is a generic email. Once that, I'm going to put in the birth date, a random email, random birth date. This is not my birthday. I'm just choosing a generic 1984. Wait, and this is not my birth date, but we're going to create it for generic purposes. Hit next. And right off, Microsoft is on the way creating this email. Now, the next thing that you do is go through the security elements, next, and passing security questions. Make sure I'm on the Trojan head. So this process is just to make sure that I am a human. I'm not using any bots or artificial intelligence to create massive emails so I can actually start spamming people. Right? So I'm just going through making sure that as a human, I can pick up where the person is standing. Back there, submit. And then we're going to make sure I'm on the puppies, puppy, small little cute puppy. Submit and verification complete. So that means Outlook has created them. The next thing we're going to do now is create that generic account for which we can be using for tonight. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is hit continue on this privacy notice, make sure that I'm in the account, making sure I can see the inbox and everything. And the next thing I'm going to create is the Pocket Option account that we're going to verify. So the first thing you have to do, hit no, you don't want to stay in this. So I am going to open another window here. So the link to create, we have a network called the Replicate Network. So the link to create a new Pocket account is www.rebrand/EW options. Just make sure you're logged out of Pocket Option first. Once you click on that link, it goes through our affiliate system. So your account is already tied to our network. Okay. Now, so once you get that, it's going to automatically place me into a demo account environment. And the first thing you do is click on the little box to close it off. And that closes it off. And then we go to profile. Now, remember, this is a brand new generic Pocket Option account with no first name, last name. So I'm going to come here and choose profile. And then I'm going to type in the same email we created just now, stacking.example.bridge@outlook.com. So stacking.example.bridge@outlook.com. And this is how we create the accounts. We will create them generic and then send them to you, and you actually log in and get them verified. So I'm going to create a password here. I am not a robot. And say I have choose a verification, capture, and then traffic lights, verify. And I have read and updated it. Well, I've done this before, so I'll click that and hit sign up. Password does not match. Let me do that again. Bicycles, 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. Yeah. So like I said, if you see my head switch to the right a brief moment, I have two screens. So let's move in. I'll try my best to keep my head to the center most of the time. You want to see more bicycles, verify, and sign up. Okay, excellent. So it has placed me into the teams, but this is not verified yet. The first thing I have to do is, there you go. There, confirm address. So when I come here and I click this link here, and what it does, it tells Pocket Option that this email actually exists. So this is a generic account, so there isn't any first name, last name in this. What would happen is that persons who opt for the stacking process, this account could also be handed to them. Yeah, confirm email. And once you do that, that account is verified to exist. You know, you can't perform any withdrawals because you have to log in, put in all this information here, your first name, come to profile, and it's going to ask for all this information here. All right, so let's close this one and click on this one, and you can see here stacking.example.bridge outlook.com. That is our verified. However, to verify the account, you must put in your first name, last name, a telephone number, and your date of birth. And then what has happened, Pocket Option is no longer only accepting files. They're going to send through a verification system where you're actually taking a photo of your face, and that is pretty new. Okay, and then you come down and you disable everything except the first two. So you do not want Pocket Option to be spamming your email with every single thing, newsletters and so forth, everything you top up. You only want to have specific email notifications from Pocket Option, and in the event a person that you're connected to, that person can save emails, but everything else you disable. Right, so we have an account ready to go. So the first thing we're gonna do is check and see if those funds have reached Binance as yet. Okay, so let's check and see if those funds are there as yet. So let me just log into my Binance account. My original balance was 10 US. So let's see what it is now. Let's sign in here. So we are showing you the entire process of stacking. So I'm not just going to throw you into Pocket Option, do some trading, and then call it a night. I'll let you know what our team is doing behind the scenes to make sure that you know the entire process is handled by us. Okay, so we're in Binance here. Let me just log into the fiat spot and wallet. Let's log into that. And let me just magnify this so I should see better what I'm doing. Okay, so that will wallet, fiat, and spot. So in the event that these funds aren't here as yet, I'll take you through a tour of the platforms the website is going to be using until the funds arrive. And then we just periodically check back in here and see the funds that there is yet. Okay, the funds are there. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is convert this Litecoin to Tether. Litecoin is a cryptocurrency, so you do not want to have the funds in here and Litecoin either. It could pump, but it could also dump. So what the first thing we're going to do is convert all this Litecoin over into Tether. So I'm going to hit Litecoin, hit convert. And then I want to convert this to, I think I clicked the wrong thing just now. I'll change the currency. So what I want to do, I want to change this currency here to Litecoin. Let's click here. change it to Litecoin, right? And I want to convert that entire amount of Litecoin into Tether, right? I am going to, so I want the entire balance as Tether, preview conversion, and it's going to do its magic, and it's telling me I want to get 294.21 USDT, which is not bad because when it's looking at the screen, that was the same amount. So we have the Litecoin converted to Tether, so we're good to go. All right, so first thing we're going to do is look at the account that what reacts on our part, the 415 group. So I have an account here. This account has $101 and a couple cents. So the way how we're doing this is that it has $101.18. So what I have to do, since I am actually performing the stack, I must distribute this fund to multiple accounts. I'm going to do this very, very step by step so a person can see the process. So most persons who come to Dignite see a screen left and right. So that is barely scratching the surface of how this works. Okay, so you remember how you saw on the screen before we started Ding stacking? You have person 1 gives $100. Person 2 gives $100. Person 3 gives $100. Person 4 gives $100. Person 5 gives $100, and it all after $500. Okay, let's say that's a type A stack. Okay, type B stack is person who give different amounts. Those are the stacks that I like. That means that persons are not depositing based on profiteering. They're not trying to wait the very last minute and put some funds like 5 minutes to midnight. They're not playing games. They authentically want to assist themselves, let's be honest, as well as assist others. So they're authentically contributing to the stack what they can afford. And then after, they have no idea what the stack will end up being, but they know their deposit played a part in a session. So type B, one person gave 175, one person gave 50, one person gave 175, two other persons gave 50, but it all adds up to $500 US. That means every person, regardless of what they deposited, they get that. So how cool is that? And then type C. Now this one is a little bit different. Whereas you have a group of persons who deposit what they can, one person gave 50, one person gave 50, one person gave 50, and one person gave 50. Now, one person who is financially endowed wants to help a group of persons, okay? And they deposit 300 US. Now, you know, they're not looking for any financial gain. They're already well off financially, but they believe in what the group is doing, and we're actually helping Barbadians really deal with everyday bills and so forth. So they give that, but not only that, their money is secure because they're going to get back $500. They're going to assist the group get. So if let's say if that person did not give that $300, the stack would have been 100, 150, 250, which is not bad. Each person would have given 50 US and gotten about 250, which is a really cool 5x. But look at that. Thus, one person giving $300, and that person would have gotten a $200 US profit, but they were only interested in helping these few persons here. So that's the 3 stacks. So understand how the stack works. This is how actually we're going to able to take that 500 US and distribute it equally across all persons. Let me show you how that works now. Okay, so we have $101 on the left-hand side. Our distribution process is, I'll be honest with you, it's very complicated, but I'm going to try my best to simplify it for you. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is make sure the right-hand side balances the left. So let's do that right now. Okay, so let's go back to the account we just created. It's verified, so I can actually send funds to this. So I'm going to go to a quick real trading account, but the balance is 0. There aren't any funds in this account. So the first thing that I do, I have the fund in this account. So I go to top up, right? Let's go to top up. Actually, let's move this around so you can actually see the avatar. And I think you can see it. There you go. You can see the top up avatar. So I'm going to hit top up, and I'm going to use a linear method of funding. Our team has a creative method of funding, but I wouldn't go into that right now. Like I said, our process is quite complicated, but I'm going to go through the standard methodology of placing funds into an account. We're just going to take $101 from Binance and place it right into this account. No, in reality, how we fund those 50 US codes that we give to you, we don't do that. We don't take 50 US and just slop it into every account and ship it out. We don't do that. What we do is what you're going to see me do in a couple of moments. We fund the account, the bare minimum, which is 10 US, and then my team performs 40 US plus in trades. And that is how we gift out those 50 US accounts. So it's not magic. Myself and my team, we work hard behind the scenes, and we actually gift that account to you because it allows you to not have to dig into your pockets and pull that funds out, and you know that those funds are coming from a team who knows what they're doing. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is gonna hit top up. Now, what I found, the fastest way to get funds into pocket options is using Tether. I mean, Litecoin is cheap, but I find the fastest way. I mean, I find it like boom, it gets there in no time. So we're gonna come down here. So you'll have to make sure you're choosing TRC20, Tether TRC20. So I'm gonna look for that. Looking for Tether. There we go. Tether TRC20. Now the first thing you do is make sure you delete the welcome. That means that what's going to happen is that pocket option is going to gift you quote unquote bonus cash. But let's be honest, when you're trading and if you make a profit or loss, losses are deducted from your funds. Profits are derived from their funds. So when you're actually placing funds in here, make sure that you're only using your funds. So I'm going to match the left 101.9. And then Binance charges $1 US to transfer Tether. So you have to send $102.90 over to cover those fees. Our team absorbs that. So just make sure you have I have a promo code not selected. Make sure that is not selected. And I'm going to receive the left-hand side. It's going to match the right-hand side. So I'm going to hit continue here. What is going to happen now is going to run me to a separate platform, and I'm going to choose that same network again. Protocol, that protocol is Tron, TRC20 Tron. I'm going to choose that TRC20 and hit continue. Now it's going to ask for it's going to give me, an address. What you do is make note of the first four and last four. The first four are capital T, capital Q, the number 84, and the last four are capital B, I, capital Y, and M. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to Binance. Okay, I've already converted a whole chunk of funds to Tether. I'm going to come over here and maximize this so I can see what I'm doing. And go to my fiat and spot account. So I'm going to wallet, fiat and spot. And then I'm going to find Tether and choose withdraw. And what it's going to do is going to prompt me of what address to send it to. And I'm going to paste in the account that it goes to. So ladies and gentlemen, you're not just seeing me pocket option trade and then numbers and buy, sell. You're seeing the entire stacking process from start literally to finish, so that at the end of it, we record this video to YouTube. You can watch this video, share it with some friends, and let them understand what really goes on behind the scenes, and let you know we are not doing anything magic. We are just taking our skill set and passing it on to other fellow Barbadians, okay? All right, so I'm gonna come here and choose this is my Tether. I'm gonna come here and hit withdraw, right? Now the screen comes up. I think I can size the screen on because I don't think I need all that space anymore. Right, so the first thing I do is paste the address I got from the window, paste that in. I must say to you, don't ever type a cryptocurrency address. Don't ever write it on a piece of paper. I guarantee you will get one of those characters wrong. Either there'll be a before. Make sure you always copy and paste these things. Let's do our check. A capital T, capital Q, number 84. That's correct. And the last four are capital B, common I, capital Y, and lowercase m. That is correct. Capital B, I, capital Y, and M. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the network, which is Tron. So making sure we're consistent from start to finish. And then I'm going to add right here at the bottom, see the network fee is $1 US. So I'm going to type in 102.19. Okay. So when you're moving cryptocurrency from Binance to pocket options, you're going to make sure you add in that $1 to make sure it gets there, right? So at this point in time, I have a security key. So that's a little small USB dongle that goes into my laptop that it's called a YubiKey. So on the normal processes, it will send your email or your phone, whichever depending on the level of security you have, a 6-digit number, and you type those in. But once I have this key in my laptop, it stores all of my passwords, and it has a biometric button. So I have to press on it to make sure it authenticates. So I once again confirm the address, always at every point in time, because if this funds goes to the wrong address, I cannot get it back. It is only fiat currency we can query. This is the blockchain. So capital T, capital Q, 84. It may seem redundant, it may seem repetitive, but trust me, building this skill set will save you a lot of funds going forward, especially when you're moving a large amount of crypto. The last 4 is capital B, lowercase y, lowercase I, capital Y, M, and there you go, it's confirmed, correct. So at that point in time, it's gonna ask me my Windows security key, and it's gonna ask me for a passcode. I type in that passcode now, and that is it. And it has authorized that transaction. So what I will do, I will leave the screen up while that funds are coming over. Close that. Do not save the address, because Pocket Option changes the address every single time. So it is pretty much pointless saving accounts that Pocket Option gives you to fund, because they change them every time behind this. They give you a new address every time. Okay. So while those funds are coming out, you're gonna see this change to payment received. We're gonna change that in a second. So from here now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a brief process of how the funds get to Barbados. And what I'm gonna do also, I'm gonna join the call with my phone to share with you the app that we use that has a virtual debit card attached to it. So I'm gonna show you a website. We have 2 apps, and I'll show you one of them, or 2 of them actually. So I showed you transact.com. There's another platform that when we actually get the crypto to it, it's called Kraken. Now, Kraken does something really cool. It allows you to send funds to Barbados. So what you do is open a Kraken account, get it fully verified. Don't do what I just did, just verify the email. You actually get it fully verified. Submit your passport, driver license, something that proves that you're you. Get it fully verified, and then this account has 15 US. But what you can do is go into the system and set up a funding source, meaning your local bank here in Barbados. Imagine that. So you'll get the funds on Pocket Option. Our team trades with it. We assist you to move the funds to Kraken, and then boom, you just send the funds straight from Kraken to your bank here in Barbados. It takes about 3 to 4 business days. Your bank takes their chunk out of it, their fee, and they pay the rest. But every bank has different fees, so a person will have to investigate when that happens, whether or not your bank will allow it, and if they do, what fees they charge. Okay, so that's Kraken. Let's look at the other platform. I'm going to show you the website for it, but I'm going to join my phone and actually give you a little run through of the app, so we don't waste time just staring at the screen, nothing happening. Okay, so this app is called WirePay. It comes with a virtual, there you go, the funds are there. So we'll just go through this quickly, and then we'll jump back to the trading. So this app comes with a virtual debit card. And what I love about the virtual debit card, it gives you a maximum up to $100,000 US on this card. Now, I've used this card here in Barbados. I've paid my floor bill with it. I've paid my light bill with it. I've also purchased stuff on Amazon.com. So this app allows you to place the crypto goes on Binance, and then we convert it to a currency that this app accepts. We send it over to the app, convert it to US currency, and then fund the card. And then that allows you to actually use the card on varying platforms. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to briefly show you this, and then we're going to get into some trading, right? So the trading is going to be focused on disbursement, meaning that you're going to see how I'm going to take funds from one account and disperse it to multiple accounts, okay? All right, so let me just join the Zoom call here quickly with my phone, and I'll just show you what the WirePay app looks like. And then we can go and show persons how the actual trading works. Okay, so let's do that right now. Okay, and I'm joining the Zoom call with my phone. Right, so I'm just gonna briefly go through the app because we don't go through it in much more detail later on tonight. Right, so I'm joining the Zoom call now. Right, there's my phone. All right, so there it is. I'm gonna make that phone co-host so I can actually share the screen with it. Right, I just made it co-host. Great. All right, so let me just show you what the app looks like. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna share my screen on my phone. So it's gonna stop this computer here from sharing. So I'm gonna hit share screen and start now. Okay, so I'm gonna start that share. So this square screen is gonna replace my phone. There it is. So let me open 7044. Great. And let's open the WirePay app. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna put in my code. Right. So you can see here, I have an account. I'm gonna type in my email address. This is gonna send me a code. Let me just get that code off screen here. So you're seeing the full stacking process. You're not only seeing myself do some trading, you're going to see the apps we use behind the scenes to give you access to your funds. So imagine that the team is performing your process for you, trading for you on your behalf, but you have access to a virtual debit card that you can use at any given time. Okay, so let me just type in my code here. As you can see a lot of activity from before. This is my purchase in Nigeria as we were testing the app. So there you go. You have my wallets. I have my Nigerian wallet. My US currency has 9 US, and it gives you a Ghana wallet, Kenyan wallet, and also an XAF. But what I want to show you is this cards. Okay, so there is my MasterCard. All right, so you can see here, I can click on here, and it can show you the details. Let's let the days come up. All right, and I have $1.39. So I want to fund this card. I'm going to fund the card. My balance is 9 US. I'm going to type it. I want to place 5 US on this card. 5. Type in 5. Transaction fee is $1. Yes, proceed. Type my code to confirm it. And there you have it. I just put 5 US on my virtual debit card. Now, allowing you to understand that this card receives funds from Binance, and you could come here. Let's go back to the main screen. Once we get it, we go back to home, and I can come over here and choose my Nigerian currency. I can come over here. I can convert funds. I can exchange. I want to exchange. You funded the card with $5 via that. I want to take my Nigerian currency. I want to exchange it for US currency, and I want to convert. I have let's say 30,000 naira. If I have that amount in sufficient balance, so let's just do. Let's say we have 3,000 naira. I'm trying to remember how much I have there. Right. So when you do that, confirm it, and I converted that. So I have now, it just added 6,000 cents. So this is just an example. And then I could come here and hit cards and hit I have a Visa one as well. And so it gives you both a MasterCard and Visa card. And I could come here and choose that card. And this card itself, let's see the balance on this one. Come up. And that has 2,044 cents. Perfect. I'm going to hit fund, and I'm going to take $5 again from my balance, confirm, and yes, proceed. 5627, and that's it. So once persons understand that works, the card gets it in, and then card funded successfully. So that's it in a nutshell, what exists at the back end of it. So not only are we going to actually give you access to stacking and all that, we're going to give you a virtual card app that allows you access to all those nice features. Okay, so let's get into trading right now. Okay, so let me just start sharing my screen again. All right, so you have on the left-hand side, $101.19 on left. On let's hit continue. On the right-hand side, I have an account that we just created that has $101.19. I'm gonna hit start trading. Okay, so that means that my team are trading left and right. So I'm just going to go through a very brief example of how this actually works. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you understand. Let's for example say the account on the left hand side represents the stack. That is the funds that it has inside of it. Okay, all right. So that means I'm going to try my best using my hand. Obviously, when I'm doing it with a team, it's much more fluent like this. But I'm going to put on the screen certain indicators that will allow me to trade. So I'm going to put on the stochastic. So when we are handing this account to you, you're going to actually see the indicators that we use. So that means that when this account is handed to a person, they're going to see that. I'm going to turn off the area. Then I'm going to add some indicators. I'm going to add 5 moving averages. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing on the account that we just created. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, great. Now I'm going to show you the manual way of doing this, and then we'll also show you how we can actually get this done across multiple persons in a stack. So let's say the stack has 20 persons. My hands are not that fast. I mean, they're fast, but they're not that fast. So we have to use an embedded feature that the platform has, which is called social trading. What we do is we connect the accounts together. Okay. Now, once that happens, all right, so I will come here and choose this account. Fine. So let me just configure these moving averages. So I'm going to create this one. I'm going to put it as EMA 50 and choose that color to red. Okay. Then I'm going to convert. I'm going to mirror this thing. So the same thing on the right hand side. I want to put that as EMA and put that as 50 and red. So not only are you seeing when you're given these credentials are sent to your email, you can log into your account, and as the team is performing the stack, actually distributing it, you don't have to wait for 24 hours. You can see as the team does it, you can see it happen as well. Okay. All right. So that is the 50. And let's put in this one as EMA 21. And I'll put this one as EMA 21. I'll put this EMA as 13, not 31, 13 EMA. And put this one here as 13 EMA. And then put this one as 8. Well, I'll put it at 7. It's supposed to be at 8. I'll put it at 7. Save. Put this one at 7. And then put the first one at 3. 3 EMA, which stands for exponential moving average. And as opposed to SMA, which is just simple moving average. Okay, put that 3 EMA. All right, so we're all set. Okay, so I'm going to show you the manual way of doing it and show you how difficult it is to actually try to mirror these elements. So I'm going to look at these trades, and I believe both left and right are balanced. I'm going to try my best to press buy on both ends at the same time. I believe the left-hand side is going to buy in the next 5 seconds. I'm going to try to press buy here and move my hand as fast as possible over here to press buy. And I'm doing this to let you know that what my team does behind the scenes is not as easy as it looks. Okay, so if it's to allow you to have a greater respect for what we do behind the scenes. So I'm not trying to nullify what you're doing. You work hard for your funds, but our team is working hard. It's not even the assets, because you can see the funds on the left are already funds that we already obtained by trading. All we're doing is allowing your account to mirror or copy our trades. Okay, we don't actually log into your account and trade with your funds. We have a mitigation process embedded that protects your funds. A large percentage of your funds actually stay right here in Barbados. We shore up all of that with trades. So in the event that we find any fluctuations in the market and any losses incurred, those are traded funds, not actual funds that we took your funds and purchased cryptocurrency. We have a mitigation process in place. Okay, so the first one to do is make sure that I have both derivatives chosen. So I'm going to choose a stock. I'm going to choose Boeing. I'm having a lot of positive reactions to that recently. So I'm going to choose Boeing, right? Based on that. So like I said, I'm going to try to hit buy on both of these screens as fast as possible as I can. Buy and buy. So let's hit buy on both ends at the same time. Okay? No, both of them lost. No, let's look at it from a more standpoint now. I'm going to do the opposite as fast as I can. Sell, sell. So that means that I just chose the correct process. And as no, when we're doing this, I'm not doing this by myself. We have a team of 20 persons, and it is not Karl sitting on the call. And if it looks like a way to me, I press a button. Now, what happens is that I'm sitting here, and my entire team would verbalize trades. They have their own screens on their laptops, their phones, and their devices, and they're making independent, unbiased trades on their end. What my job is to do is to not only just listen to what you're saying and follow it like a robot. I dig into my skill set because these persons are a part of my team. We all learn from each other. So I must also take into account the trades that I'm given and also allow that to process. So we follow that process through. Okay. So we are really making some headway here. So let me just show you the biggest mechanism. So I don't need to go through the entire process of this. You can see that is the manual way of doing it, which is not that effective. Okay. So let's show you the embedded real system that Pocket Option has embedded in it to allow us to follow multiple accounts. Okay. So what I could do, I could come to my profile here and copy this code. This is the account that my team is logged in, and we're trading with the left account, left. Okay, good. The account we just created is the account on the right. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into something called social trading. Okay. Now, for security reasons, we're not going to follow this process to the end because this process requires you to have a fully verified account with first name, last name, and this is not that. This is just an account we created for demo purposes. So I'm going to walk you through right up to the point that I hit choose to actually commit. Okay. So I'm going to hit social trading. I'm going to find someone in the list. I want to search for my yet. Let's say we wanted to find this person here called GJPT. Okay. This person here. And I'm going to watch this person. But not only that, I'm going to copy their trades. Hit copy. I'm not going to commit to this, but I'm going to show you what happens on our end. Okay. What we do, we make sure that our profile numbers are anonymous. We don't broadcast them on the internet or WhatsApp or anything like that, because we want to make sure we have a controlled environment. Neither are yours. We don't broadcast your ID profiles. But I'm just walking through the process that Pocket Option has an embedded system which calls social trading. So our cohort 15 group trades, and all we do is connect your account to that. So when we actually trade up to that 500, 1,000, whatever amount that stat gets to, and you deposit it to that stat, that's how those funds get there, because we create an account for you. We put a nominal amount of funds in it. Everybody goes in at the same level, regardless of what they deposited. Imagine that you have contributed to the stat with varying amounts. Someone gave 1,000, someone gave 10, someone gave 50, somebody gave 2,000. Yeah, varying amounts, but everybody starts off at the same point. And once we configure it, I want to match 100% trades, stop balance. In this case, I will put in like 80 US because you don't want to expose the entire balance to someone you have no clue what they're doing. And then you put in the minimum trade amount. I want the person minimum trade to be like 6 US. So you don't want the person to be very piecemeal. And then max copy trade amount. You could put a range in between 6 and 20 US, and that way only if the person does trade between 6 and 20, you will see the copy trades. But most often not, I keep that to 1 and unlimited, get that out, and that way the person, it doesn't hamper our team. Whatever trades we do, you make sure that you can. But you can also mitigate a risk by indicating 50%. Remember, this account is yours, so we can configure it. But let's say you don't want your account to be as aggressive following us. You can indicate your level of exposure here of your risk. You can say, well, Carl, I am not as aggressive as your team. I want to have my matching percentage at 50%. That means whatever you make, I make half. And that is entirely up to you. It is your account and you can do that. So I would have confirmed that. So I hit back. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how my team can take this stack, fund account on the left, and then connect multiple accounts to it. And whatever every single trade that my team does turns up into your account. Let's walk you through the process, because for the next hour, I'm going to walk through the process, how to get those funds to yourself. Okay, so let's do that right now. All right, so I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to walk through the process. All right, so these accounts are not fully verified accounts. These are just accounts I'm using to display purposes due to anonymity reasons. I will not be showing you actual person's information because that is their intellectual property. So no first name, last name, nothing like that. All persons who contribute to either stacking or ding night, your information is always kept confidential. But I'm just going to go through with you the process. Okay. So in the event that you want to take your funds and send it to Pocket Options, sorry, Binance, you're going to click on your profile and then choose withdrawal. And then you're going to go through the process. Remember, this account is not fully verified. So I'm just walking you through the process here. Okay. So my balance is 101. So what I would do at this point in time, I would indicate my process. My account is Tether. I want to send 100 US of Tether over to my account on Binance. And what I would do, I will then go to Binance. We go over to Binance too, and I will get my actual Tether account. So I have to maximize this, go to wallet via spot, and just walk you through the process. So let you know that my team, we will not do this for you. We will assist you in the process. And there are many ways you could convert your funds into actual cash. We'll give you many options how to do that. Okay. And we also have a class that shows you how to. So the first hour, I showed you the funding process and the trading. And the next hour, I'm going to show you withdrawal and distribution. Okay. So it's 4 stages to the entire process, right? So the actual software we use behind the scenes belongs to Core 15 Group. So we are not legally able to show you that software, but just know that we have a very robust behind the scenes process to make sure that we mitigate risk and so forth. Okay, so let me just get my my Tether address. So first of all, I'll hit deposit because that's what I want to do. And I'll come here and choose the network. I want to deposit on the Tron network. So I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom, TRC20. And Binance will give me, and remember, don't write this down, copy it, hit the little icon, little 2 squares, that copies it to the clipboard. Copy that. And it lets you know that the minimum is going to receive is a cent in Tether. Okay, so it says click. I did that, and I'm going to shape this. I'm going to go back to Pocket Options, and I'm going to place that address in here. So I'm not gonna hit continue because this account is unverified. But what I'm going to do is show you, once you do that, it either sends off and says that the funds are off to your account, or it sends you email, which the email that we would have had, it would then send in there a PIN code to confirm the email belongs to you. you type in that code and then the funds go off to Binance. So let's say, for argument's sake, we did that. The funds finally arrive in Binance. Great. So let us send some funds over to, let's say, let's do this straightforward methodology. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I actually going to log out of this card. I'm actually going to log into my actual card account, so you can actually see my funding sources. I will not show you the bank account, but I'll show you. I actually have my First Caribbean account connected to it. So let me just log out of this account. And let me just log into my actual account, which it doesn't have any funds in it. So let's begin to show you the process. So this process is the direct method. This is the direct method, ladies and gentlemen. You're taking your funds off a pocket option. I just showed you how we get that done. Let's say the funds finally arrive to Binance. You know when to send your funds to Barbados. Let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna hit sign in, and I'm gonna type in my call sign. My call sign is going properly. And sign in is gonna ask me. I think it has my right there. You go. It has me my security key, and insert it. It's inserted. There we go. And it's going to prompt me for my code. It sure is you. If not, we have to use a backup way of doing this. Let's see, comes from that, please insert. Okay, so let's not do that because it's actually giving me some errors trying to log in. Okay, all right, so let's lose another one, cancel, go back. And what I would have loved to show you, ladies and gentlemen, is the accounts connected to here in Barbados, but right now it's not letting me into my Kraken account. Okay, so we're gonna table that for a second. Let's show you how to send funds to the WirePay account. So I'm gonna go to Binance here. So right now, I have I don't show you it, but within the WirePay account, it gives you a Nigerian account, which take the app itself. But there's also another platform called Gray.co. Let me show you that. Okay. So this platform also gives you a virtual debit card as well. And let's log in here. Right. So you can see here, it's very similar to WebPay. Unfortunately, right now, I was able to get an account. I have a pretty deep skill set when it comes to technology, but the person who actually managed to say allowed me to have an account, but unfortunately, at this point in time, it's not allowing persons from Barbados to have an account. So there's my US currency balance. There's my British pound balance. Coming over here, some more balances. You can see I have other accounts as well too. Now, what I like about this platform is that it gives you international banks account numbers. So I have US currency, Great British pound, but these bank accounts actually exist. Okay, so internationally, there is my bank account information for my Great British pound account, and then there is my account for my Euro bank account. So if you have a business or a platform that is paying out in foreign currency, Gray.co is a very good platform for doing that. Unfortunately, it's not available for Barbados at this point in time, right? So, and then in Nigerian currency. So I can go into Binance here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send some Naira to both my WirePay account and to Gray.co. So what I do, I go back to Binance. So remember, this is the process of putting funds on that virtual card so you can purchase stuff on Amazon. You can go and transfer funds. You can pay for your phone bill here in Barbados. You can pay your water bill. Once you find a portal, a platform that accepts a digital debit card, it works. Okay. So I'm going to come over here to fiat and spots. So the first thing you have to do is convert that tether to Nigerian Naira. Naira is the currency of Nigeria, and these platforms are Nigerian fintech companies. The companies are not Nigerian companies, but they are companies that set up based in Nigeria to allow them access to that booming market of fintech. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is convert. I'm going to convert 100 tether if I have enough. And then whatever Naira that is, I want to send half of it to WherePay. I want to send half of it to Gray.co, and that will fund those two cards. Okay. All right. So I have 182 USDT. So I'm going to convert 100 of that to Naira. Okay. So the process is going to go through is showing you the process. So I showed you how to fund Binance using global.transact.com. I showed you how to take the funds from Binance, fund it into pocket options. I gave a very brief rendition of how we fund, how we disperse those funds to multiple accounts using the stack methodology. We all saw how difficult it is to press two screens at the same time. So we have our intellectual property solve process that allows us to mitigate that process and streamline it for you behind the scenes. Unfortunately, I can't show you that here due to legal reasons. Okay, so at this point in time, I'll choose my currency. I'm going to choose Tether, right? And I'm going to choose Tether. Then I have to tell the platform, let's choose Tether here. Right? And I'm going to choose the platform. I'm going to tell the platform what currency I want to transfer to. So once it brings up that Tether now, I'm going to choose NGN. NGN stands for the Nigerian currency that we have there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to choose, come here, and I'm going to, the screen doesn't come up. I'm going to type in NGN. Let's see if it still allows me to convert to Naira. NGN. There we go, Nigerian currency. All right, so I want to convert 100 USDT to Naira. Conversion, and it's going to calculate it for me and convert. So I just converted 100 US into Naira. Okay, so that is 78,498 Naira. So let me get that. I'm going to divide it by 2, and I would know what amount to send to either. Right. So let me trust the calculator out. Come back to via spot. So I will see what my actual Naira balance is. So this is the tail end of it. Okay. So yes, persons are required to do this yourself. But like I said, if you want any member of my team to do it, you can speak to them. They will charge you a fee, and they will actually do that for you. So there is all this technical stuff that you're doing behind the scenes. If it seems a little bit too complicated, we can assist you, but for a fee. Okay, so but those persons who are more than capable of doing this yourselves, we allow you to do that yourself because the funds are yours. Okay, all right. So I have that. So let me just take my trusty calculator out, and I'm gonna get 78499, and keep in mind that Naira is calculated by whole numbers, so the decimal values don't really come into play with Naira. I'm going to divide that by 2. And I'm going to round that down to 39,000. So I'm going to send 39,000 Naira one way and send 39,000 Naira in the other direction. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is choose withdraw, right? Now, both of those accounts on WherePay and on Gray.co, they come with a Nigerian bank account. Now, this Nigerian bank account actually exists. So it isn't one of those banks that you created in a virtual environment as a quote unquote ACH automatic clearinghouse account. These bank accounts actually exist. Okay, so what I'm going to do is indicate the currency, which is Naira, and I'm going to say bank transfer. Hit continue, and then I'll let it know how much Naira I want to transfer. So I want to transfer 39,000 Naira. 39,000. Right. So right here, I can choose bank account. So that 9519, I need to confirm which a bank account is going to. So I'll go back to my Gray account. So if you know that let's look at this. So I want to check on my accounts and reports. I'm gonna click, that's my Euro bank account. And right here, I can see this is your Euro and GM bank account. There is my Nigerian bank account number. Let me scroll back again. There we go, right, there we go. So that's my full name, Andrew Owan, is my middle name. And then my account number is 822-335911919. So I know the last three are 519. So when Binance is telling me to send it to that account, I know that's where it's going. So I'm gonna send 39,000 Naira over to my Gray.co account. I'm gonna hit, now it tells me this is what I would receive is on the merchant, which is a person who is doing the transaction for me. I mean, I am not the person moving it. Someone is moving it for me. They're taking in Naira, place it in their bank in Nigeria. They're going to take a fee out and send the funds over. Now, Binance controls this. Binance does not pay them until I confirm I receive the funds. Okay, so let's let persons know. All right, so those. Okay, so okay. Now, I will make sure persons understand areas of clarity, and for the YouTube video areas which are confidential, we will clear up. Now, come here and choose continue. So it knows it's sending those funds over to my account. So it lets me know Karl Scantlebury, bank name, account number, all that great stuff. I'm gonna hit continue, and it lets me know I'm gonna receive 38,000 Naira. So I can go and Google it and see how much that is. So confirm that, and it's gonna ask me for my key. Put in my PIN. Right. So the external platform is called CashLink. CashLink is the company that is responsible for making sure that Karl gets his funds. So it lets me know here the funds are on its way. So all I have to do is come back to Gray.co and click on balances and refresh here ever so often. Click on my NGN account. And this is my existing balance. So once I work it out, so let me just get my calculator out again. For 0. And then I have to add what they're sending me. So plus, and they're sending me 38. They're sending me that, copy that, plus that equals. So I should see something in the ballpark of when I come back here to my Gray account and I refresh so often, I should see something a little similar to this number, 78,826.4. Once that has happened, I will then convert that to US currency, fund the card, do a purchase, and then that would be the end of the presentation. I would have shown you, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to show you the direct method via Kraken, but I actually have a separate video that I can send you that after the fact. But this is showing you, while this is going on, you would have access to a virtual debit card that even when this team is doing the trading on your behalf, you can have funds on your virtual debit card that you can actually have access. So imagine that while you're waiting, you can purchase stuff online, which is really cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is open the floor. It's pretty early. We got through pretty quickly, actually. We were supposed to get to this point at 9 p.m., but we actually got here at 8:15. So what I'm going to do is, while these funds are coming over, because I don't want to be jumping and skipping around, persons can ask questions about the process, and while I periodically check the Gray.co account. So at this point in time, I'll open the floor for a few questions about the entire process, and then we can get back to funding the virtual card, and then that will be the end of the presentation.
Yes, good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Yes, I'm Marcella. Question. question, you have to have a Binance account set up before anything can be done
No,
in the
no, not
Binance
really.
platform.
Not really. It's not mandatory. What we prefer Binance, Trust Wallet, or even the same Kraken that I showed you. But if you already have your own,
I have
cryptocurrency
Trust
wallet,
Wallet.
yeah,
I have
that's actually that is the better one. That's the best one. That my personal cryptos on Trust Wallet because they actually give you your passphrase, your keys. You actually get them with Trust Wallet. You don't get them with Binance or Kraken. So those exchanges have your crypto, but it's not really your crypto. It's actually theirs, but they allow you to access it. But with Trust Wallet, you can take that account and place it in the blockchain. So yeah, you can use Trust Wallet.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Another
welcome.
thing,
Mhm.
I am not from Barbados. I'm from St. Vincent.
Okay.
Am I allowed to be a member of this group?
Yeah. We have multiple ways of allowing you, persons who are not physically in Barbados, to make payments. Like we have, let's say, I didn't really add it on this. I didn't really add it here. I didn't really add it on here, but what we have is there's something called Amazon e-gift cards. So let's say you're in St. Vincent and you don't want to fly over here just to make a payment and you want to use platforms like PayPal or West Union, but you want to get those funds to me as quick as possible. What my team does is that we allow you to purchase Amazon Cash, and you just go into the website and actually use your card and pay the Amazon Cash. Remember, what we do, we match your deposit in trades, so your funds are always secure. Yeah. So even those persons here in Barbados, when they make the deposit in Barbadian currency, those funds go on a bank here in Barbados. But what my team does to make sure that their funds are always secure, we match that value in trades. So see this 101.19 here, 101.11. This is actual trade funds. This is not funds that we deposited in an account. I can show you the history of how my team traded for this. So to answer your question, there are many ways that you can actually make a deposit, but to expedite the process, we have processes available here in Barbados, First Caribbean, Public Workers, and Money, PayPal, cash as well. But since that you're not in Barbados, we have other methodologies of allowing you to make your deposit. Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a PayPal account, but we can only pay.
Yeah. I use PayPal as a last resort. I'm not a big fan of it because of its propensity to hold your funds for another reason, and they don't even have to give you a reason, because PayPal is not an actual bank, it's a company. So they're gonna make sure that they're gonna do what's in their best interest and not yours. So I only suggest PayPal as an option, but it's not my first go-to option. Yeah.
What about Wise?
Yeah.
Wise account?
Wise account can work. I personally don't have one, but like I showed you on Grey.co. Grey.co has I have a great, let me show you here. I have a great British pound account as well as euro. So you can send those funds from your Wise account, and I can provide this information to you. Like I said, we've provided our members multiple gateways to make deposits. Yeah. Mhm. So you wouldn't be sending it to a Wise
Okay,
account.
because right now
You
we
can
don't
send
have
it.
a Eastern.
I
Yeah,
didn't
because
hear,
our Eastern Caribbean Bank, yeah, our Eastern Caribbean bank account banks has been bought over by the Bank of
oh,
SVG.
okay.
So I don't think that will be feasible with
Mhm.
CIBC, because
Okay.
that was a very good bank for the transfer
Okay.
inter-Caribbean. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'll talk to you when the time comes as to the
Yeah,
best way to transfer the money.
that is
Yes,
perfectly
yes.
fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you very much, my dear.
You're
Okay.
most welcome. So let me do a quick check back and see if those funds are theirs yet. Balances. Doesn't usually take long. Um, Okay, there we go. So let me see, 782,826. Oh, I actually had it right on the dollar. So what I have to do now is I have to let Binance know that I received the funds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my email address, click here, and then go to the cash link would have sent me an email. Let me come back here to Binance, come back to my Binance screen, cash link, and I click on received. So I have to tell it, please check your bank account to ensure you receive the front amount from the merchant account before you click continue. So I just did that. I just confirmed again. Please note, if you click continue and you've not received payment, your funds may be lost. You're telling, you're actually confirming with this company CashLink, so that you have 4 parties involved: Binance, you, the merchant, and CashLink. All 4 companies, all 4 parties, sorry, are working in tandem to make sure this process is completed correctly. So when you're seeing this, you're letting know about CashLink. I received the funds, you can pay the merchant. So if you don't ever do this, if you have not received funds, I'm gonna hit continue. And then I'm gonna go and get that one-time password, OTP, from my email address. Let me just get it now. So CashLink, funds transfer confirmed. And let me just get that account number. Let me just get here, CashLink, OTP. So when I click on get OTP, it's on say OTP was sent successfully. Come back to my account, let me refresh. If it doesn't inbox, it will probably in my notification. And confirmation code. That confirmation code is now 154606. So come here, 154606. Continue. And payment received. Your cash withdrawal has been processed, closed. I'm going to give it 5 stars because I received the funds. All right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to share my screen on my phone again and show you how I am going. I'm going to from my phone. All right, so let's join the let me just join the Zoom call with my other phone and show you the Gray app. So just like I showed you the web app, let me show you the Gray app right now. Okay, let me do that now. So what I'm showing you, I showed you the web interface, but I prefer to do these kind of things on my phone because the app, the website is still good as well too. All right, okay, so maybe just join the Zoom call with my phone or my other phone. Right, so this screen here is going to, so it shows you, so before I log in the app, you can see the 7826.40. We're going to convert all of that into US currency. I'll fund my card on the on Gray, and we're going to do a test transaction using that card. Okay, so I'm launching the meeting now. So while I'm bringing up the account on my phone, any person has any questions so far? I'm going to briefly show you Gray because Gray is the account that most persons can't access. But I'm going to go much more in depth with WorkPay, and then we're going to wrap up the actual presentation at 9, and then open the floor for any other questions, more in-depth questions at that point in time. So while this is doing, person can ask another question that a person may have. So the floor is open for any questions person may have at this point in time.
Hi, good night.
Good night, good night, good night.
All right. My question is, say you let your investment mature to an astronomical amount,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to transfer it then to your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of, the bank wants to know where you get the, I mean, obviously they will know where it comes from, the scientific
Yeah.
reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get around that?
Okay, well, we've been doing this for 2 years. Myself personally, like I said, I have my Kraken account, so I've successfully sent funds for testing purposes. The question you asked is a very good question. So what we did two things. First, we created a trading class. So that means when you join the Replicate network is not the Ding network. Ding Night is us having fun trading. Behind that, what the 20 persons, we call ourselves the cohort trading group of Barbados, we are part of the Replicate network. That teaches you to trade. Okay, so when you see me log into Pocket Options and trade with it, that environment will become familiar to you. So then, right off the bat, you're part of a trading class. Great. The Central Bank of Barbados has a form, a PDF form, that if you have like a sibling or a ward or a child who wants to go overseas, that form allows you to fill it out, take it to your bank approves it, and then you send it back to your bank, and that allows you to purchase large amounts of foreign currency. Okay, I'll mix up here. But the reverse also occurs. Let's say one of your child, a ward, or someone was studying overseas and they come back to Barbados after studying. They're going to bring their funds with them. Okay. So what that person does is informs their bank. The first thing that you do is you contact your bank and ask who is your relationship manager. Your relationship manager is a person who works at the bank who deals specifically with your account. In the event you don't have one, you go to the bank and you request one. You actually go to customer service and let the person know that you joined up to a trading class, you're trading, and it is a possibility in the near future that you want to bring your trading results to Barbados, but you want to notify your bank first. Then your bank would then walk through the process, inform you who is your relationship manager. That's number one. Number two, you let that person know, be fully transparent what you're doing. You're not hiding anything. You're not doing anything illegal, okay? You just join a trading class and you're bringing your fund back to Barbados. So your bank knows before, this is very important, ladies and gentlemen, before the funds get to Barbados, your bank knows they're coming. So when it gets there, it is not throwing off any red flags. And not only that, you make sure those amounts come under the ceiling of $10,000, $8,000, small amounts. You don't want to send $100,000 unless you're in the habit of doing that. Okay. As time goes on and you develop a relationship with your bank lets you know, well, Mr. So-and-so, you can now bring funds in of that magnitude because you don't have a reason for doing it. It isn't just a happy-go-lucky process. Okay. No. You make sure that you are very strategic with this. First thing you do is let your bank know what you're doing. And that way, when the funds get there, they know the source, they know the platform it's coming from, they know the currency, they have an idea of the amount. And that way, when it gets here, there's no red flags that go off. Then after that, they fill the form out, get all the information. You then take that form back to the Central Bank of Barbados. And then they allow you to have a foreign currency account. I think First Caribbean has one. You don't have to control all this red tape to get one. The only thing about it is that you have to have a balance of 1,000 US at any given time. So you can send funds to it, whatever fees First Caribbean charges you, but you must always make sure that account has 1,000 US minimum balance at all times. Yeah, so that there are many options, but what I do, I implore that persons make sure you have a relationship manager and allow that person to know what you're up to, so that when those funds get to the bank, you can call this person and actually refer them, include them, CC, email them, keep them up to date, that when the funds get to your account, your bank knows what they are and you're not breaking any anti-money law rules or anything like that. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're most welcome, most welcome. All right, so I think I finally can join the call with my other phone now. Let's do that now. Okay, so here we go. All right, so what I'm going to show you now is the Gray app. So what first I'm going to do, I'm going to take this Naira, convert to US currency, and then there's my second phone, Karl Gray demo. All right, so I just joined my phone as Gray demo. Let me just make that phone co-host so I can share. Yes. Okay, so got it. Let me share from that phone now. Okay. And share my screen. Okay. Great. So I'm figuring it out. There we go. All right. So you have my app here. So what I'm going to do now is open the Gray app. Let's go over the Gray. There we go. And I'm going to type in my code. Right. So there we go. So we are actually in my Gray app here. You can see the little transactions I was doing with the team in Nigeria as I was testing this. Okay, so I have 78,000 Naira. All right, the first thing I want to do is I want to add funds to my card. Okay, so let me see, go more and come back here. Let's see here. And so I don't think I can fund the card using current Naira. Let me just try it. I never did this before. Add money and top up from, no, I did a top up from US currency. So come back here, boom. And swap funds, there we go. Wait, swap funds. So I have 78,000 Naira. I'm gonna choose US currency. And I want to amount, I want to move 78826, and it's going to charge me $7.88. And let's do that. 7826. Check it back on my screen to see what the actual balance is. 826. 826. So it's actually 82678 00. Right. So I'm going to receive, I'm going to get 98,024 cents. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. All right, continue and make transfer and making sure everything's correct. And so it's telling me that the amount I want to swap to US currency is 78826 Naira. Is letting me know the exchange rate 0.00126014444. Excellent. Transaction fee 78.26 Naira, which is cool. And the amount I receive is 98,024 cents US. Payment method is from a balance and make transfer. Swap is successful. All right, so I'll come back to cards now. I'm gonna hit add money, and I have 19,006 cents on my account. I wanna top it up with less. Well, let me just see if it can allow me to do that. $98. Let me see. Let's see if it doesn't do that. I don't think it's going to. There may be a fee incurred. Let me see what happens. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I have my card balanced, funded here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try my best to find a site that allows me to pay this card. So I'm going to use Flow here in Barbados. I'm gonna use this to pay my phone bill here in Barbados. All right, so let's share my screen here. Screen. And we log into my phone bill here. Right, so for security reasons, you don't want to see my credit card. So when it comes to that credit card part, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. Okay, so I'm gonna use this now to pay this same phone. I'm gonna hit sign in here. Okay, and I think once it is finished, I'll jump into Binance, show the funds going to WirePay, show you how WirePay works, do the exact same thing with WirePay card, and then that would bring us to around 9 p.m. and that would be the end of the process. So log into my account here. All right, so I'm gonna place these funds on my actual phone. I have one of those little $90 access. So I'm gonna actually pay that bill in full using the card I just funded just now. So this is a I'm not using it on Amazon or some fancy website. I'm not saying that Flow it's not a fancy website, but you know what I mean. Some international website using one here in Barbados. All right, so I'm gonna my postpaid account, my phone, and I'm gonna choose pay. The Flow has a feature called fast pay, right? So I'm gonna hit view bills and payments. I'm gonna pay this bill, and the amount is 8513. Submit. I'm gonna do this off screen. So where it prompts me for the credit card number, this is the only part because I think persons will understand I've been very transparent with this process up to this point in time. But this one I will actually stop sharing at this point in time. All right. So what I'm going to do now is off screen. I'm going to bring up the app here and bring up the WirePay app here. Sorry, not WirePay, Gray.co. And I'm going to view the card details. And I'm going to take that information in now, right? So let's see if it works. I did this with WirePay. It definitely works with a WirePay card, but the first time I'm trying it with the Gray.co card. So I'm typing in that card number now. So always for obvious reasons, we're not showing this on screen, but I think person will understand when it comes to these. When you're doing your own demo for your persons, it's best that you keep this information confidential. Okay, I've put in the card number. I'll put in the expiration date now. And the code, CVV code. Right, so let's make sure the numbers are correct. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please, and yes, please. Okay, so I'm gonna hit confirm payment now. Where it's going through. Let's see if it goes through. Let me start back sharing here now. All right, so it's contacting issuing bank. Please avoid any interaction with your browser. Request is being processed. So let's see what if it did go through. Okay, it says you have successfully paid the bill to the account number. And I will go through and print this off screen at some point in time. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I just moved funds from Binance, placed it on the converted to Naira currency, then sent those funds to Gray.co, funded the card, and then allowed that funds to go to the debit card. And then you just saw me use it on Flow.co. Right. So let's go over to WirePay now. So I don't want to come back to Binance and once again go back to my wallet and fiat and spot. Now the reason I'm showing you this is that person will understand that my responsibility here is not only for a stacked process. I'm letting you know what goes on behind the scenes with things as well. So the two processes are very separate. You know, stacking is stacking. It has nothing to do with thing. but ding night is when we all trade. But when after ding night, all the fun and laughter and joy and joviality, and we want to get those funds off of bucket option, your day accounts, you want to start spending that funds. So you have to wait 2 weeks. So we're going to allow you to, while those 2 weeks are going on, you will have your virtual card, and then we will help you bring your funds via Kraken. Kraken is the only platform I found that allows you to connect your bank to it and send the funds directly, live tested and so forth. Okay. All right. So we have our Naira here, and I'm going to click here, and I'm going to choose withdraw. Right. And what I'm going to do, I am going to send these funds right over to WirePay, and then I'll spend the next 15 minutes of going to WirePay and show you how that works. And then after that, that will be the actual end of the presentation. And then I'll open the floor for any in-depth questions. Persons who want to go over anything, persons who want to make deposits to the stack. Right now, the stack is at 510 US. So we all know how the stack works. Let's say this is not what actually transferred, but let's give you an example here. 185. So for recording purposes and transparency purposes, these values are just for calculation purposes. These do not represent what person's contribution to the stack. This is only for displaying purposes. Okay, great. So that means that right now the stack, doesn't matter which type it is, has 510 US. And let's say someone decided that they want to add $100 billion to it. Okay, so that means that 100 plus the 50 US goes to 150. You just paid 50 US, that stack now becomes 560 US. This person, let's say the person deposited to stack B, that now becomes 100 US. 560. The person deposited to this to type C stack, that becomes 100 US because the person added to it. So all three stacks are 560. It doesn't matter which type it is, all of them get that. And that means that in 6 hours, that 560 is distributed to all persons who contributed to it. You leave the stack in a little bit, over 12 hours, it goes to 1120. And then after 18 hours, 1680. And then after full 24 hours, imagine that 2,000, and this is US currency, this is not Beijing currency, 2,240. So one may say, well, Carl, that's not what you said. You said that the entire stack balance is sent in 24 hours. Yes, it is in 24 hours, but there's a process involved. So if you want to draw your funds out after 6 hours, you get what the stack started off with. If you load it to go 12 hours, but you must understand this is trading. So if the balance gets below that after 6 hours, you have to draw what you have. So the time is not linear. This is trading, ladies and gentlemen. Markets fluctuate. So you will have to determine you're in the account, so you can see any given time what's going on, right? So that is how that works. Right. So let's go back to Binance now. Right, so same process before, but I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose bank transfer, but I'm going to change the bank is going to, so it's not going to go to 9519 because you know that is my gray account. I'm going to hit change account, and it goes to my other Nigerian bank, which is on WirePay. Both these platforms give you a Nigerian bank account to send to. Hit confirm, and that funds go there. So right now I switched it to my WirePay Nigerian bank. Okay. And I want to insert my entire balance 39499. That's the balance one, and it's going to calculate transaction fee. That is kind of strange. There's no transaction fee here. It is kind of strange, but the merchant fee is 150. That sounds about right. Right. So we're going to do the same process, but this time the funds are going to go to a different location. Okay. Confirm that. Binance does its magic behind the screen. It lets me know Karl Scantlebury is on my WirePay, is on Providers Bank. I'm going to confirm that. And then right after that, I'll choose my key. This process is very seamless. I love it. I just put in my code, my key, which is very biometric link, is on my laptop. I don't have to go through all that email password process. Is very streamlined. Put that in. Right. Once, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So I then is the same process of caching. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by sharing on my phone that has WebPay, and I'm going to follow this process from that end, right? So let me start sharing again from this phone. Let's share this one. Right. Okay, so let me just start sharing my WebPay app. Right. Okay. So personally, I understand that this platform is very secure. So if you're not in it constantly, you always have to log back in. Right, so let's get that code here. Nice. 440244. Nice. Another one, hit 7. 061. That's okay. Right. So what I have to do now is calculate this. So let's do that. I'm going to start by sharing my screen. See there the code. Come back to cache link. So we clear this up. And my balance on WebPay right now is 170 7 066.55. Right. I'm gonna add space 6.55, and then I'm gonna add what this amount is, so I know what to expect. And so that means that on my WebPay account, we should just receive it. So let's bring that up. Surely, it just told me that I received it. That was fast. That was really fast. Right, share screen. Okay, and screen and start now. Okay, and WebPay. Right, so let me go back to home. Home. Right, so let's see here. Here we go. 56 39. Let me see that number matches it. Point. Well, not exactly, but it's pretty close. I think I typed in the wrong thing there, but it's not that far off. It's not that far off. All right, so what I have to do now is come back to my screen here and click that I received it. So I'll come here, I hit received. I confirm. I actually saw it on my WebPay screen. I received it. Continue. Get OTP. Go to my inbox and get confirmation code. And that code is unfortunately you can't copy and paste this. You actually have to type it in. So 037086 037 037 086. 086, correct? 086, and continue. And close, your payment received, stars of 5, and continue. All right, so at that point in time, let's share my screen out on my phone and fund the card. I'm gonna split, I want to convert it to US currency, split it between those two cards, and we should get to go. All right, so where Pay gives you both a MasterCard and debit card, Visa card, sorry. All right, so the first thing to do is log back in again. And let's continue. You're wrong code. 806. All right. So here we have it. You can see the funds came in there. Guy called Batunde Idris Juma said it, and there's my balance. So what I'm going to do now is go over to exchange, and I want to change that Naira to US currency. So from Naira to US currency here, I'm going to type in my amount I want, 5. Let's calculator. 563,368. 368. It'll give me $70, and you can see the website that gives you the better rate is definitely by far Great.co gave you almost 94 US, and they only got 70 on WordPay. So you can see the website that gives you the better conversion rate. Proceed, confirmed. So I just converted the Naira to US currency. Now you go to cards. Now I have 2 cards. So I'm gonna split those. I'm gonna split that 70 US. I'm gonna add 35 to my MasterCard and add 35 US to my Visa card. So click here. This is my MasterCard. And then I'm gonna choose fund, and they charge you $1. So I'm gonna choose 34 US. So it's gonna charge me $1 to do this. Transaction fee $1. So it's actually 35, but I'm taking it off the fee and process it, put in my code, and I just funded my my MasterCard with 34 US, which came from Binance just now, which you would have gotten it from your stack. And then I come over here and hit back and choose my Visa card now and click on that. And I'm gonna hit fund. And I think that will be the end of our presentation tonight. Hit fund 35, 36.7, 34, plus leaving the $1 for the transaction. Confirm. It just told me at the top there, your card is funded, proceeds. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. And that is it. So I can now take this card now and actually process it. So same way we saw just now that I paid a bill here in Barbados, this works the exact same way. So we are at this point it's 8:57. So this brings us to the end of our presentation tonight. I want to thank everyone for coming. It is my pleasure to show you this process on behalf of the Cohort Trading Group of Barbados. My name is Karl Scantlebury, and I'm very glad you came tonight.